Welcome back to week 20 of top 5 Steam profiles of the week. We got some awesome profiles to get into this week, so let's get started. Starting us off this week, coming in at 5th place, we got Kaiza. Kaiza has a minimalistic black and white profile. He's also been super active in our community Discord recently, so I appreciate that, my friend. And if you guys are into the Steam artwork community, please feel free to join our Discord down below. Looking at the first showcase of his profile, we can see an item showcase with some white outlined rectangles. Under that, we can see a guide showcase with just a rotating skull, followed by 2 featured artwork showcases, one with butterflies and one with a person. I like how the style of these 2 artworks is very similar, but I would, however, add a slight grain effect to the butterfly artwork, such that it matches the person a little bit more. Scrolling down, we can see an info box with some basic information, and this is followed by what I can see as a really neat badge collection showcase. I've never seen someone try to form an image out of the badge showcase, but as you can see, Kaiza made a slanted rectangle, so I think that's a super cool and original idea for the Steam community, and I can only imagine how far this can go. Scrolling down, we can see a slight shift in the style of the profile to where we can now see just 2 hands reaching out for his name in the middle, and below that we can see some miscellaneous showcases that just fill up some space. I'm going to go ahead and quickly scroll through some of those. Overall, I think this is a pretty well made profile. However, I would reconsider the structure of the showcases here at the bottom, especially these 2 screenshot showcases and this achievement showcase. I don't quite see the correlation of these 2 with the rest of the profile, and I would honestly just take them completely out. Other than that though, very solid work, Kaiza, and congrats on getting 5th place. In 4th place, we got Zuko with an Avatar themed profile. Avatar is actually one of my favorite TV series of all time, so this profile did get a little bit of some bonus points for me. But let's get into it. Looking at this artwork showcase, we can see Zuko with just some very nice animations. We can observe his cape and hair with some slight movement due to the wind, as well as a very fluid fire animation of an orb that he seems to be holding. I also like the birds and fire particles in the background of this artwork. Scrolling down, we can see Azula in his featured artwork showcase. And for those who don't know, Azula is actually Zuko's sister. We can see she's animated very similarly, but with blue fire this time. Below that, we can see some words Kyoshi and Agni Kai in his achievement showcase, which are just some words and phrases also from the show. And in his workshop showcase, we can see some scenes from Zuko and Azula's fight from the series. And me personally, I think this was the best fight of the entire series, so good choice. After that, we can see a next set of workshop showcases, which is just some more clips from the series. Below that, we can see an info box with some information about his setup, followed by another workshop showcase of when Zuko was doing the dancing dragon. Finally, we can see his screenshot showcase is a screenshot of his AK-47 Bloodsport skin. Overall, I think he did a great job. I love the theme, and there's some very fluid animations in there. If there is one thing I would change though, it's got to be this first featured artwork showcase. Although Azula is very relevant to the theme, I think the blues are just a little bit too strong, and it contrasts too hard with the red from the rest of the profile. If you want to keep the whole red profile, I think you should make more of a red focus on this showcase. Otherwise, if you were to find a sort of red and blue themed profile background, I think that could fix it up as well. Overall though, great work and congrats on 4th place. In 3rd place, we got the one and only FNFY with a red themed profile. Looking at his artwork showcase, we can see Ikki Kurogane from the anime series Rokodai Kishi no Cavalry. We can see some slight animations into the character as well as a saber effect on the text. Scrolling down, we can see a featured artwork showcase of also the same character, and in this animation we can see a slight breathing animation with a glare effect going across the character, as well as some fire animations in the background. Going downwards, we can see his achievement showcase spells out the word power, and this is followed by his screenshot showcase, which we can see is just another scene from the same show. I particularly like the grunge effect that's going on in this animation. Below that, we can see an info box about some basic information about the creator of this profile, as well as a workshop showcase just showing another scene from the same show with same similar grunge effects. Under that, we can see the guide How to Date an Anime Girl. And yeah, I definitely did not check that out before recording this video, so y'all don't gotta worry about that. I swear I didn't look at it. But this is followed by an item showcase of some stars, and yet another workshop showcase of a scene from the same show with a similar grunge style as the rest. I think these 3 scenes from the shows are animated very well, and I absolutely love the black bars around them. I think it's a very unique style. Finally, we can see an achievement showcase that spells out freedom. And overall, I think you did a great job and this is an amazing profile. You did a really good job following the theme and making sure everything is very well put together. If there is one thing I would suggest though for this profile, it would be to possibly make this artwork showcase at the very top here a little bit more fluid. I'd add a breathing animation to this character here, and I'd also slow down the breathing animation of the showcase slightly below it. I think it would add a lot more realism to the profile and just really up the game. Coming in at second place, we can see Shiota with an anime themed profile. Getting straight into this, looking at his artwork showcase, we can see a very fluidly animated character. I think the movement of the hair here is just phenomenal, and I think the blinking effects of the eyes are very well done. I also really like the small swaying effect of the character as if she's leaning into something. I think that's a great touch. One thing that looks a little bit awkward to me here though is this little strap. It seems to bounce around very quickly, and overall it just seems a little bit out of place with the rest of the animation. Scrolling down, we can see another beautiful animation containing the same minimalist style. We can see some nice movement and breathing animations as well as a beautiful blinking effect. Underneath that, we can see his workshop showcase also displays the same character with just a few different scenes. The first one here is more of a fiery type scene with some beautiful bright particles, a floating animation, and that same sort of blink style. Underneath that, we can see the character on a boat, and I really like the lilies in the water that have this sort of floating and glowing effect. The blinks on the secondary character here are also very nice. Continuing downwards, we see a beach scene from the same character, and we can see the same effects here, so the same sort of breathing animation. But in my opinion, the artwork does seem to be a little bit uncompleted. Some of the animations around the showcase just don't seem to be consistent with each other. For instance, the water here seems to be very fluidly animated in the front, but in the background, those sort of same animations are just non-existent. Moreover, the movement of the hair here is just only the bangs. Some slight movement on the side hairs would have been just a little bit nicer. Overall, it is still a very nice artwork, but since you are getting placed in second place, I just have to be a little bit more critical of the artwork. Underneath that, we can see what is my personal favorite showcase of the profile. We can see a nice blurred hexagon particle effect, as well as the character with a basic breathing animation and some blinking effects. Overall, I think this is an amazing profile, and congratulations Shiota on getting second place. Coming in at first place, we have iPerks. Now, I know half of y'all just skipped to first place of the video, so if you did, go back. I'm telling you, go back. But iPerks has a beautiful League of Legends themed purple profile. Looking into his artwork showcase, we can see a beautifully animated workshop showcase. We can see some glistening particle effects all around the showcase, as well as these two characters with some nice breathing animations. I especially like this slight movement of the clothes here on the characters, and scrolling down we can also see another nice animation with another similar style. In this animation we can see some nice hair movement paired with a wonderful blinking animation. I especially like the background effects on this one. Moreover, I think the glare of the sword is just a very nice touch. Continuing downwards, we can see another artwork showcase with similar effects. Personally, I think this is the nicest showcase of the entire profile, and I really like the sort of musical particle wave effects that are going along here all around the artwork. I think it goes perfectly in sync with the character playing the flute. Next up, we have yet another similar artwork with some similar effects. In this one, I particularly like the curved whip particles that seem to glide along the character and in the background. Below that, we can see another female animated character, and this one seems to be a little bit older. On this one specifically, I really like the metallic effects that we can see on some of this armor, and I love the brightness and contrast seen on the plasma hue over here. The blinking animations are also very fluid, and overall, it's just very put together. Finally, we can see the last animation of the profile with yet another figure holding a sword. I like how the character sort of compresses with the sword, and then with their breath, the sword kind of goes slightly outwards. I think this attention to detail is amazing, and it makes this feel very realistic. Continuing downwards, we can see an info box showing some basic information about him, and below that, a badge collection. I like the choice of badges here, but the only critique is these snowflakes in each corner. I think it seems a little bit out of tune with the rest of the profile. Other than that though, I think this is an amazing profile, and congratulations on winning this week and getting first place iPerks. That's going to go ahead and wrap up this week's top 5 Steam profiles of the week. I want to go ahead and give a big shout out to all of those who participated And if you are looking to enter for next week, simply join the Discord down below in the description and paste in your profile link in the hashtag top 5 profiles chat. If you did enjoy the video, please feel free to leave a like and subscribe to the channel. We are still a very small channel, so it really does help us out. Other than that though, I don't think I have anything else left for you guys, so I'll see y'all next week.